Hey everybody, today I'm going to be talking about the top 10 rarest characters to find in Disney World and where they appear. Now these characters are rare at Disney World. I don't know if they're about Disneyland, if they're rare, so let's get to it. Starting with number 10 on the list, we have penguin waders. And it says, though rare in appearances, these penguins are easy to find whenever they get out and about. Where you find Mary Poppins, you might find a penguin waiter or two tagging along. They'll certainly make any meet and greet a jolly holiday with anyone. These tie-tailed polar can be found waddling with Mary Poppins around the UK pavilion at Epcot. Whenever Disney decides to turn them loose, they'll miss an opportunity to make friends with these penguins. They are rare species after all. They do make for a very jolly photo op. Now, I don't know if they still meet in the UK pavilion at Epcot, but a pro tip to finding rare characters, go to Character Palooza. If you don't know what Character Palooza is, it's where you can find rare characters. And they have it at Hollywood Studios on Fantasmic Days, whenever they perform Fantasmic. At this time, Fantasmic is not running due to the current situation we're in, so we do not know whether they're going to have Character Palooza during this time. Coming on at number 9 at the list, we have Rabbit, who is the Winnie the Pooh character. And by the way, the waiter penguin, you could actually find him at Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party, which is a special ticketed event. And if you go to that, you can find the waiter penguin or penguins. So on number 9 on the list, we have Rabbit. Next to Eeyore, what's in the picture above. Rabbit is perhaps the rarest of the 100-Acre Wood crew. He's not very often seen with Pooh or Tigger in their queue, but that doesn't mean he doesn't visit from time to time. Guess he's a little more preoccupied with his gardening skills. Outside of the Easter parade, Rabbit can be found at the Winnie the Pooh ride and extremely rarely at the Crystal Palace, since he's more of a seasonal character. Might be wiser to visit closer to Easter if you want to see him. So there's a pro tip to meeting Rabbit. He meets closer to Easter, so if you go towards Easter, there's a good chance you'll find him, but he's a seasonal character. That's why they make him rare. By the way, rare characters are those hard characters to find, but it says according to this, you can visit closer to Easter if you want to see him. He also shows up near the Winnie the Pooh ride, and he's where he is at Crystal Palace. So if you don't, I don't know if this is still true, if he meets at Crystal Palace or by the Winnie the Pooh ride. But if this is true, I would recommend dining at the Crystal Palace, because we have dined there before and we have never seen Rabbit. But you could meet, pro tip, if you want to see Pooh, Eeyore, Tigger, and Piglet, come to Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party or Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party, and you can find the 4 there, meeting near the Winnie the Pooh ride in Fantasyland. You can also find all 4 characters at Crystal Palace. We have 8 at Crystal Palace multiple times when we were down there at Disney World. And the breakfast is better than the lunch and dinner, in my opinion. And you could actually find Eeyore, Piglet, Pooh, and Tigger. So this character dining experience is not happening now due to the current pandemic. So that is number 9. ate the country bears. Now, I actually got to see these country bears, and I'll tell you where you can find the country bears. I don't think the country bears are rare, but I think that they're rare in a way. Let me read this. So the country bears are so much rare characters, as they are characters people forget they can meet. Big Al, River Rips, and Wendell have taken a break from Country Bear Hall and decided to spend a little time out meeting their public. Who doesn't want to grab and growl with these guys? If you can't find them in front of their attraction, they can be found wandering through Frontierin or in the hoedown with some other Wild West characters. So if you are on your way back from Splash or Big Thunder Mountain, we highly recommend showing these guys a little love. Bear hugs all around. So the country bears, I actually got to meet them all through. I actually got to meet them in front of their show at Disney World. Sorry, my nose is itchy. I got to meet them in front of the Country Bear Jamboree show, and it was really nice seeing them. You know, they just note that these characters do not sign autographs because they're bears. They're not made. I don't think that they sign autographs. But if they do, ask a cast member. I would just ask a cast member if you haven't met them and you want to meet them outside the attraction if you want to get their autograph. But when I was there, they did not sign my autograph book because they don't sign autographs. But I did, however, get their picture with all the country bears because I met the country bears who were out there in meeting. Moving on to number 7, Musu. That's a character that I have not met, but we're looking to meet. So, Musu, it says here, there be dragons, as long as you are here in Epcot. A little less common than the penguin waders, but not as difficult to locate either. Everyone's favorite dragon, other than Figment, can always be found with his power Mulan at the China Pavilion at the World Showcase. Epcot has no shortage when it comes to colorful characters and fun meet and greets, but Musu is easily one of the rarest. Just keep your eyes peeled when visiting Mulan. You never know when she might bring her furry friend. So Musu, I've never met him. I would really like to meet him. I have met Mulan. And the new movie, The Mulan, that just came out, it's a good movie. I would highly recommend you watch it if you look on Disney Plus. It's for $30, but starting next week, I don't think you have to pay the $30 according to a source that I did not read. So I don't know if this is true or not. But basically, you can find Musu. You have to keep your eyes peeled for Musu. He meets in the China Pavilion with Mulan. Now, that's where I met Mulan too, but she was not there with Musu. Just keep an eye out for Musu if you want to meet him, because I have not met him and I am really looking to meet him. Next on the list at number 6 is the Splash Mountain Gang, otherwise known as the Bird characters. Now, Splash Mountain is currently going away. It's closing to be rethemed into a Princess and the Frog ride. Now, I have met 2 of the 3. I have met Bear Rabbit, Bear Bear, and I have not met Bear Fox. So I met 2 out of the 3. But Bear Rabbit, Bear Fox, and Bear Bear can all 3 be found outside Splash Mountain, enjoying a zippity-doo-dah day at the Magic Kingdom. These famous Frontierland faces are the symbols of Splash Mountain, but they make an even bigger splash with visiting guests. Though Bear Rabbit can very occasionally be found at Disney's Animal Kingdom, all 3 can be found during the Frontierland Hoedown. If you are looking for a rip-snoring good time, coming down for the Hoedown and you might not have a regular queue for their interactions, but you can still find them if you know where to look. So these characters are rare. They are very rare. I actually met Bear Rabbit and Bear Bear at Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party. Apparently they did not have Bear Fox at Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party, so we're still looking to meet him. But I have met Bear Rabbit and Bear Bear. They did not. Bear Bear, I believe, Bear Bear and Bear Rabbit, I believe they both sign autographs. I believe they both signed my autograph book. I'll have to check afterwards. And I also got a picture with the two characters, Bear Rabbit and Bear Bear. They were mysteriously walking around during Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party, and I met them. One of the reasons why I used to go to Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party and Mickey's Very Merry Christmas party, it's to see the rare and very rare characters. You never know who you'll run into, but there are a lot of rare characters. But the ticket is very reasonable. It's not, so if you pay for a regular, say that you're going to Magic Kingdom for one day, you pay the park ticket just to go to Magic Kingdom, and then you just pay the separate ticket for Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party, and you're in. But I would say it's a good deal because you get to go trick-or-treating, and you get to meet the rare characters, get to shop Halloween merchandise, and they also have Halloween goods. Now this year they are not doing Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party and Mickey's Very Merry Christmas party due to the pandemic. But maybe they will have it next year, but both events have been canceled for this year. However, Magic Kingdom is going to be all decked out for Halloween and Christmas. They're doing different events than what they normally do for Christmas and Halloween. They currently have the Halloween decorations up there at Disney World. And I'm sure that they will still have the Christmas decorations at Disney World too. So moving on, next we have Jack and Sally. And I have met Jack and Sally. I met them, I believe I met them both at Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party. But they also made it to Christmas party too, but they are separate. So going back to years past, I have met some of these characters. Not all of them. So on the list for number 5, we have Jack and Sally. So it says now we are getting into the cream of the Disney crop. And where better to start than with our favorite Halloween Town residents, Jack and Sally, are a pair of rare finds for any Disney trip. But that's probably because they are only meetable at Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Maybe I'm wrong that they meet them at Mickey's Very Merry Christmas party. But we talked with a cast member and she said that they were meeting separately at Mickey's Very Merry Christmas party. So I don't know, maybe this article is right or maybe it's not right. This reading on, the party is an extra ticket event and only attending gives you access. So with that all being said, Jack and Sally are the most popular characters during the event, and their lines can go out the door. If you want to catch a glimpse of the Pumpkin King, you better get your spot in advance. And that is true about if you ever go to Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party or Mickey's Very Merry Christmas party, or even if you're going to both. Those lines, believe me, Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party, you could actually meet the 7 dwarfs who I met, and the line literally went out. It wasted the whole entire party time. But luckily I got to meet them while still doing most of the event. I still got to do other things in the park, even though the 7 dwarfs who I met and I got their autograph with. The same thing goes for Jack and Sally. Just know when you're in line to meet characters, rare characters, and even very rare characters, except for Character Palooza, if they're out meeting, there's a possibility that you're going to have to wait in a really long line. So just be aware of that. If you want your spot in advance, here's a pro tip. They're not doing Fast Pass Plus right now due to the pandemic. When it becomes available, a lot of the characters use Fast Pass Plus. So if you would like to meet these rare or very rare characters, you can find them. You could use Fast Pass Plus by downloading the My Disney Experience app, and you could just reserve a time for the meet and greet. Not all characters do it, but it should show up in My Disney Experience, which is the Disney World app. Alright, coming on the list, this character I have met, the Genie. So reading this, it says, we know everyone loves the big blue guy, but he's not very often seen outside of parades or dance parties. Genie does have a meet and greet normally with Aladdin or Jasmine. When he is present, you can usually find him at the queue across from the Magic Carpet Ride, where the Aladdin characters normally meet. Like other characters on this list, Genie can more often be found at extra ticket events, like Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. If you're really lucky, you might see him swapping out with a Boo on occasion, but Genie is still the rarer of the two. So, pro tip. I actually met Genie at Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, which again has the villains meeting. You could actually find Jafar, not the evil queen. You could find Coeur DeVille, the Queen of Hearts, Tweedledee and Tweedledum. So you could find a lot of rare characters at these events, and sometimes you could find very rare characters like Bear Rabbit and Bear Bear. They did not have Bear Fox when I was there. Moving on the list, 3 is Jafar. So, it says, like most villains, Jafar can only be seen during the Halloween season, during Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. The good news is he's one of the more common special characters out on display. If you want an audience with the Sorcerer of Agrabah, he's not so hard to find. Usually his queue is set up before the Pirates of the Caribbean ride in Adventureland. They're not nearly as rare as Genie or Boo. Jafar's appearances are limited to the party and other villain-themed events, so if you need your film fix, you might want to invest in an extra ticket event. Now, I actually met Jafar in the Magic Kingdom again during Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. So moving on, number 2, Robin Hood. I have not met Robin Hood. So Robin Hood. It says, easily one of the rarest characters on our list. The foxy thief of Sherwood Forest is indeed a treasure of a meet and greet. Thing is, his appearances are random at best, unless he's part of a long-lost friend celebration. The best way to see Robin Hood is at a Character Palooza. And if you don't know, I'm going to leave a link in the description down below to Character Paloozas, so you guys can learn more about it. And then it goes on to say, Character Paloozas are meet and greets at Disney's Hollywood Studios, which is actually true, but they have a Character Palooza at Epcot too. They have a Character Palooza at both Epcot and Disney's Hollywood Studios that feature random, sometimes rare characters that can be anyone from Pinocchio to King Louie. However, Robin Hood is easily the rarest and most popular. The Paloozas have an igloo, but can be caught in the Phantasmagoria between 4 and 7, but it's a matter of luck. Now, 1. Coming up at number 1, I have not met this guy. We are really looking to meet him, Jiminy Cricket. So number 1 on the list, it says, Jiminy Cricket can be found in a number of parades and special events, but is probably one of the rarest characters you can meet in the parks. That all being said, there is still one place you can meet him on a schedule, though it isn't exactly a regular occurrence. For Disney's Animal Kingdom birthday celebration, Jiminy can be found at a special meet and greet at Rafiki's Planet Watts. The reason this makes our top spot is that it's a once-a-year opportunity for fans to see him outside of a parade or character palooza. What better day to visit then? So if you want to see him, I would recommend booking a vacation for Earth Day. Even though the weather is hot and, we have been there in the spring, that's why we don't go in the spring and summer, because it's too hot. But if you go after September, like October is perfect. Like late October, that is perfect weather. Even in the November, it's nice weather. But moving into December, it's like cold weather out. So there you go. That is the top 10 rarest Disney characters. I'm going to leave a link to Character Palooza down in the description for anybody who is interested. So I will go down the list and tell you all the characters that I have met. I have not met Jiminy Cricket. I have not met Robin Hood. I have met Jafar at Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. I have met Genie at Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. I have met Jack and Sally at Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. I've only met 2 of the 3 in the Bear characters, Bear Rabbit and Bear Bear. I have not met Musou. I have met the Country Bears. I have not met Rabbit. And I have not met the Penguin Waiters. However, at Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party, we were there, and I actually got to meet Bird, who is a rare character. He was meeting with Mary Poppins, but the problem was that the Penguin Waiters were not there. And we heard that the penguins were there meeting next to them, but I guess they weren't there. So there you go, that is my top 10 rare characters. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I enjoy making it, and we'll see you all next video.